Hello. Welcome to another edition of the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound podcast. I'm your host, Steve Gill. Got up this morning in snowy Nashville and got my watched the weather and got my second cup of coffee. Got on my computer and found out that Kevin Stefanski is doing a little house cleaning yesterday. News is out, and it has been confirmed that Alex Van Pelt has been fired. He told Jake Trotter he's out. Stump Mitchell, running backs coach, was fired. And then McCartney, the tight end coach, they didn't renew his contract. So that's the beginning. Kevin Stefanski, in his last press conference after the game Saturday, said there would be staff changes, but I didn't think he'd mean this. I mean, this caught everyone by surprise. So why all of a sudden? Why Stump? Why McCartney? Stump Mitchell has always been a great running back coach, but he was inherited by Kevin Stefanski. And after Nick Chubb got hurt, and fair or unfair, the running game just didn't seem the same. And, personally, I think that after Nick Chubb got hurt, I didn't expect the running game to be the same. Come on, think about it. Nick Chubb. Tight end coach. Some people are arguing that David Njoku had his best season under this tight end coach. But was it the tight end coach or was it Joe Flacco? I think was Joe Flacco. So real quick, where do the Browns go from here? Well, they're going to have to hire somebody. First of all, will Kevin Stefanski give up play calling? That is the main question here. Do you look at someone who has more experience in the run game than the passing game? If Stefanski is really going to give up being the play caller, which I doubt completely, it's going to be tough to bring in somebody to come in because they're going to have to go through Kevin Stefanski to do play calling. But if it's a cooperative effort, then it's possible. I don't know who they're going to get for a running back, and I don't know who they're going to get for tight end. Whoever gets the offensive coordinator position, I have a feeling will dictate who they hire, because they'll want to hire their own guys. Just think about last year. Defensive coordinator Joe Woods was fired. They bring in Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz to decide who he wants. And they did this relatively quick before other coordinators got hired. So he kept a couple people. Tarver comes to mind. The linebacker coach. I can't remember who the DB coach is. They hired him from the University of Miami, but he was incredibly successful. They promoted Ben Bloom to defensive line coach, and he worked out. So I have a feeling they're going to wait till they hire an OC to see what other changes will be made. So who are the candidates right now, right off the top of my head? There's a guy here in Nashville. He is the OC of the Tennessee Titans. Of course, they fired their head coach, Mike Vrabel. Word is he might get the job in Seattle. That would seem like a better fit. His name is Tim Kelly. He was Deshaun Watson's offensive coordinator in 2019 and 2020. He's still on the Titans staff, but new head coach could come in and let him go, and boom. If this is truly a move to make Deshaun Watson better, then he would be someone I'd consider. Now, if it's someone who wants to work with Kevin Stefanski, the name Darrell Bevell comes to mind. He is the quarterback passing game coordinator down in Miami. They work together in Minnesota. He's had 2 years in Miami, and Their passing game is pretty damn good. Their offense is pretty damn good. I believe they ended the season with the number one offense in the NFL. And he's also worked with Kevin Stefanski before, so I keep an eye on him. Two other names that just come to mind. They don't have any connection to Kevin Stefanski. One is Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator with the Chargers. Of course, they're looking for a new head coach. He could become available. And Zach Robinson, quarterback coach of the Rams. He did an incredible job as quarterback coach with the Rams. They are a high-powered offense, and we saw exactly how they looked when the Browns played the Rams. So, and he's a quarterback coach, so he could be promoted, and they could not block it. Looking back, the only other thing I have to add is, like I said, I'm mystified with Stump Mitchell, tight end coach. I could care less. AVP. Everybody remember last week prior to the Houston Texan game, when they were interviewing the coordinators game week, Alex Van Pelt said the backup quarterback would be Jeff Driscoll. Then come to find out Saturday morning, when they list the inactives, Jeff Driscoll is listed as the emergency third string quarterback, and PJ Walker was listed as the backup. That kind of caught my eye. Did Alex Van Pelt overstep his bounds when he told the Cleveland reporters that Driscoll would be back up? Is he the reason Driscoll came to Cleveland in the first place? Because they did work together in Cincinnati. I just find that strange that happened and then this happened. So there's a few names for you to consider. I was going to come on today and talk about potential free agents and guys who could have their contract restructured, getting into the mundane salary cap crap that everybody loves. I love. But I thought this breaking news deserved a special podcast. So there you are. There's some names to keep an eye on. This is all about Deshaun Watson. Kevin Stefanski did wonders with Jacoby Brissett and with Joe Flacco. Different kind of offense. You saw what kind of offense can turn a great defense into a lousy defense Saturday. Slovic, the offensive coordinator of Houston, misdirection, RPO, movement by wide receivers. Our man-to-man defense turned into a zone defense with all that movement, and they can't play zone. So if they could get someone with those fresh eyes to have Deshaun Watson have that kind of offense, I think the Browns are on the right track. They cleaned house last year on defense and special teams. It worked out. Now it's time to do it on offense. I'm glad Kevin Stefanski realizes he can't be stubborn with his offense. Let's face it, it was getting a little stale. Fresh eyes, fresh perspective, fresh offense for our former All-Pro quarterback. These are all good recipes for success. So that'll do it for me today. I'll be coming up probably next show and talk about players who will have possible restructures, players that the Browns need to look at, some early free agents, way too early free agents. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following. This is the Dawgpound South, Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. Everybody have a great day and go Browns.